What is the most useful thing you have learned at Tech Camp?
I suppose it's really the idea that you guys are so much better at technology than I am. I'm just totally clueless.
The most useful thing I've learned at Tech Camp is that the sport button in Rob's car makes it go a lot faster.
I've learned a lot of things about the software they use on Macs, especially Final Cut Pro.
I have learned that you should always make sure that the microphone is on when you are attempting to film people talking.
It's probably been doing all the animation stuff.
Probably a lot of radio presenting tools and how to put yourself across on radio and
basic editing and video stuff.
So what exactly is PCI Tech Camp? Well, my name's James and you've heard about our activities such as editing, filming, etc. But there is much more to Tech Camp than meets the eye. Chris spoke to one of our leaders, Alan Meeban, to find out more about the ins and outs of Tech Camp.
Tech Camp's a week organised by the Presbyterian Church in Ireland, open to 13 to 16 year olds to come along and just get an idea about different kind of technologies that might be relevant to them in their lives or in their congregational lives as well. Audio, video, online, they get into places like UTV and BBC Bus. They take over Shine FM, a community radio station, and they generally kind of get a bit more confidence about actually using the skills that they might actually have. A lot of churches are becoming slightly more technical. There's a lot more plugs around on a Sunday morning. So it's not just a kind of very simple 100-volt PA at the back, but there's a desk. And if you kind of look around the average church, the younger people tend to be the ones who actually are more likely to be able to use it. And yet churches are very reluctant to ask young people to take responsibility. There's a kind of an instinctive lack of trust. And part of Tech Camp's about giving you guys the confidence to actually know that you can do this stuff.
What kind of activities have been going on over the week?
Well, there's definitely been much eating, much visiting of places, and a fair amount of tripping over leads. And about the only thing we haven't done is sleep, obviously, up to now.
What's been your highest point and what will you take away from this?
The lasting memory every time is of the difference between Monday and Friday. So when you guys arrive on Monday, some of you are kind of shy and retiring. It's as if you're not quite sure that you can do all of this. And by the Friday, you're actually standing up in front of your family and other people's families and actually just telling them about what's happening and very confident.
For me and the rest of the guys I've met this week, that's all very true. It's not always easy finding others who share my interests, and Tech Camp has really helped with this. But how did it all begin? Earlier, Tyler spoke to youth leader Ruth Elkin, who reveals all.
Well, it started off maybe about 6-7 years ago. I was talking with a friend who works for PCI, and we were saying about how, there's all these camps for people who like sports, or there's surfing, and there's lots of active sort of camps, but there's a big market of young people who like to do techie type stuff, and I suppose I was one of them. 5 years ago was our first camp, and it's just snowballed from there.
I was wondering how much work sort of goes into organizing the camp.
Last night we were actually talking about things to do for next year, so I suppose we start planning it from the year before even, but we officially kick into gear probably around January.
What are you hoping that Tech Camp will achieve this year and in general?
I suppose my hope for Tech Camp any year really is just that young people go away having learned something about technology, something about themselves, and also something about God and their faith. So those are my 3 key things I aim for each year.
What has your high point been this week?
I suppose I really enjoyed yesterday when we took a group down to Shine FM, and I always love seeing new people trying that out and having a go at it and stuff, and learning, how to present, I suppose, like we're doing here today with the BBC as well. Just learning to be a bit confident and get talking and stuff too.
Thanks, Ruth. I'm afraid that's all we have time for from Tech Camp 2009. We've edited, we've animated, we've filmed and we've presented. We've slept a little and we've eaten a lot. We've had fun, we've learned new skills, and most of all, we've made good friends. But it's bye from all of us for now. Until 2010, take care.